This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, it's a proud moment for our country as the women's lacrosse team makes history. Petecio, Villegas to receive the President's Award at the PSA Awards Night. Justin Verlander joins the Giants for the 2025 season. In the NBA, it's a heartbreaker in Utah as the Jazz fall short at the buzzer to the Hawks, 124-121. LaMelo Ball shines with 32 as the Hornets beat the Suns 115-104. And we have the Philippine men's football team's goalkeeper Quincy Kammerad in the BNC studio. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 8th of January. Now, here's our roundup. It's official. The Philippines is heading to the 2026 World Lacrosse Women's Championship. History was made on Tuesday as the Philippine women's lacrosse team secured its first ever spot in the prestigious global tournament. The Filipinas crushed Hong Kong 14-2 and China 15-3 in back-to-back games at the 2025 Asia-Pacific Women's Lacrosse Championship in Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. Against Hong Kong, the team came out firing from the opening whistle, keeping the match completely one-sided. Both Hong Kong and China are ranked teams on the world stage. Meanwhile, the currently unranked Philippines proved that they belong in the conversation with these commanding victories. This historic run, the Filipinas join heavyweights like Chinese Taipei and Australia, who already secured their spots for next year's championship in Tokyo, Japan. For a country new to the global lacrosse scene, taking down world-ranked teams and earning a seat at the table shows just how much potential and talent the Philippines has to offer. The countdown to Tokyo 2026 starts now, so let's continue the fight, Filipinas. Next up, two of the Philippines' brightest stars in boxing are set to shine once again, this time off the ring. Nesty Petecio and Ira Villegas, bronze medalists at the Paris Olympic Games, will be honored with the prestigious President's Award at the 2024 San Miguel Corporation Philippine Sports Writers Association Awards Night. The celebration is set to take place on January 27 at the iconic Manila Hotel. Petecio and Villegas played pivotal roles in boosting Team Philippines' campaign in Paris, delivering standout performances that contributed to the country's Olympic success. Their bronze medals added to the golden victories of gymnast Carlos Yulo, who dominated the men's vault and men's floor exercise events. Petecio clinched her bronze in the women's 57-kilogram division, adding to her silver medal from the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. With this, she becomes the first Filipino boxer to win back-to-back Olympic medals, a historic achievement indeed. Meanwhile, Villegas captured the bronze in the women's 50-kilogram class and making her mark as a rising star in Philippine boxing. PSA President Nelson Beltran of the Philippine Star praised both athletes for their remarkable contribution that made the Philippines' centennial year in the Summer Games even more memorable. So let's give it up for Petecio, Villegas, and all of our Filipino athletes who continue to bring pride to the nation. Now, baseball fans, get ready because San Francisco is bringing a bona fide legend to the mound. The Giants have reportedly agreed to a one-year, $15 million deal with none other than Justin Verlander. The agreement, first reported by ESPN's Jeff Passan, is pending a physical. After coming up short in their pursuit of Corbin Burns, the Giants have landed the three-time American League Cy Young Award winner. Verlander, who turns 42 next month, boasts an illustrious career, including the second most playoff wins in MLB history. Talk about experience. Now in 2024, Verlander posted a 5.48 ERA with 74 strikeouts over 90.1 innings and a 5-6 record with the Houston Astros. Verlander's wealth of knowledge will be invaluable to the Giants' young arms, including Kyle Harrison, Hayden Birdsong, Landon Roop, and Mason Black. He last pitched at Oracle Park during the 2012 World Series. While the Giants took that fall classic, Verlander went on to capture his own championships with the Astros in 2017 and 2022. Now, he's suiting up for San Francisco under the leadership of another Giants legend, Buster Posey. So Giant fans, buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride with JV in the orange and black. Now in the NBA, the Utah Jazz and Atlanta Hawks went toe-to-toe for a full 48 minutes, but it was Trae Young who stole the spotlight with a jaw-dropping half-court buzzer beater to seal a 124-121 victory for Atlanta. It was a nail-biter with Colin Sexton hitting a clutch game-tying three-pointer with just 3 seconds left, only for Young to answer with a last-second dagger. Utah started strong from beyond the arc, hitting 9 of 13 three-pointers in the first quarter, including 3 from Patty Mills. But the Hawks dominated the paint, scoring 22 points inside the opening frame, and that theme continued throughout the game. Despite the three-point success, Utah struggled with inside defense, and the Hawks capitalized on it. In the final quarter, the Jazz showed real grit, with Walker Kessler stepping up big time, scoring 10 points in the fourth quarter, including a clutch putback that gave Utah a 112-110 lead. But the game would come down to the last few seconds, with Sexton answering Young's buzzer beater with a clutch three-pointer to tie the game before the heart-stopping finale. It was a valiant effort from the Jazz, but in the end, it was Trae Young's brilliance that delivered the Hawks the victory. Meanwhile, LaMelo Ball delivered a standout performance, dropping 32 points and grabbing 10 rebounds, leading the Charlotte Hornets to a 115-104 victory over the Phoenix Suns. The win snapped a 10-game losing streak for the Hornets, who were hungry for a much-needed win. Miles Bridges chipped in with 21 points, and Nick Richards made a big impact off the bench with 15 points and 12 rebounds. Now for the Suns, Devin Booker led the way with 39 points and 10 assists, while Kevin Durant added 26, but it was not enough to stop Phoenix's struggles. After a slow start, Ball came alive, scoring 29 points in the second half on 8 of 15 shooting, including 4 three-pointers. Charlotte dominated in the second quarter, outscoring Phoenix 37-17, with Ball accounting for 10 of those points. The Hornets took a commanding 13-point lead into halftime and never looked back. Now on the boards, Charlotte was a force, out-rebounding Phoenix 59-42, which gave them plenty of extra possessions and helped seal the deal. Phoenix started strong, but the fatigue of a back-to-back game set in. Now, as for the Hornets, this marked just their third game of the season with all 5 starters on the floor together, and it showcased their chemistry starting to click, especially in the second quarter. And here are more results from the NBA. And now, here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Think you know what a hat trick is? Okay, in lacrosse, it's not just about scoring 3 goals. It's a moment that fires up the crowd and leaves fans throwing their hats in celebration. Now, this term originally comes from hockey, but it's just as thrilling in lacrosse. The excitement of a hat trick is contagious. Fans get so pumped up that they'll sometimes toss their hands onto the field in celebration. So it's not just about scoring, it's a sign that a player is absolutely on fire, showing off their sharpshooting skills and dominating the game. Whether it's in the fast-paced action of lacrosse, or in the ice rink, or on the football field, pulling off a hat trick is always a moment to remember. It's time now for our off-court buzzer. San Miguel management just confirmed that Kit Jimenez, the talented sophomore guard, has already reached out to ask permission to join the Zamboanga Valientes for the upcoming 34th Dubai International Basketball Championship. Jimenez, who's been with the Beermen since being drafted 76 overall in season 48, has shown a lot of respect for his current team as he sought their blessings before making any decisions. At just 27 years old, Jimenez knows his current contract with San Miguel runs until the end of this year. So he's playing it smart by getting clearance first. Team manager G. Abanilla confirmed that Jimenez respectfully asked permission before heading off to Japan for the East Asia Super League game against the Hiroshima Dragonflies. The 27-year-old guard has already verbally agreed to join the Valientes, though there's no signed contract yet with team owner Juni Navarro. Now, if Jimenez does make the jump to Zamboanga, his current contract with San Miguel will be nullified. Jimenez played in just 3 games for the Beermen during the Governor's Cup, averaging 2.6 points and 1 rebound. With the Beermen falling short of a final spot in the season opener, losing to the Barangay Ginebra Kings in the semifinals, it seems that Jimenez is ready to explore new opportunities. Of course, it's a big decision for both sides, but one thing's clear. The ball is now in Kit Jimenez's court, and the next play could change the game for his career. And that is our roundup for tonight, the 8th of January. When we return, it's all about football with Quincy Kammerad live here in the BNC studio. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb.
At ako naman si Corina Sanchez-Rojas.
Ngayong 2025, kombinasyong Corina Sanchez-Rojas at Pinky Webb. Dalawang mamamahayag na subok sa tapang at talino.
Simulcast tayo sa DWAR Abante Radyo at 94.7 Melo BFM.
Mapapanood din tayo sa Abante Teletabloid sa Sky Cable. Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Rain Musngi. Join us as we explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey.
We empower.
Filipino startups can actually compete globally.
We motivate.
Growing retail interest today from a cryptocurrency perspective.
Changes that are vital.
We have high data privacy standards for all our clients.
Follow the Money with Rain Musngi.
Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, always on top.
Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, dinarangal ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, dinarangal ka namin. Nuestro Padre Jesús Nazareno, niluluwalhati ka namin.
The questions.
Why sounds very serious, but
Seryoso,
watch
no?
it.
Di ba parang, crime, may away pamilya, etc.
The issues.
Who are supposed to be on the faces of our bank, of our money?
Bangko Sentral, no? There is a numismatic committee who meets and decides.
We clarify matters.
The 1,000 peso bill was changed from the 3 heroes of World War II to the Philippine Eagle.
Pinky Webb is always on point.
Kinilala ng Philippine Sports Writers Association ang gymnast na si Carlos Yulo bilang 2024 Athlete of the Year. Ayon sa PSA, no-brainer ang naging pagpili kay Yulo matapos ang double gold performance ito sa Paris Olympics. Siya ang kauna-unahang Pinoy na nag-uwi ng 2 gintong medalya sa Summer Games. Nakatakdang igawad ang parangal kay Yulo sa January 27.
The latest news, national issues,
with regard to was very vocal about charter change.
the political scene, the trust and approval ratings of President Bongbong Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte decline, and conversations with prominent personalities.
Brings back wonderful memories of past Christmases when I was a little boy in Iloilo.
Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. All these firsthand at the forefront.
Have you heard of during weddings when a man say, the first time I've met you, I knew that you're going to be my wife?
Yeah, is that true?
Yes, because based on science, men are likely to experience love at first sight more than women because they have more visual neurons. So visual talaga sila. So they could actually find a wife by just like, falling in love at first sight.
Welcome back to the Scorecard. He was the unexpected replacement for the Philippine men's football team during the Mitsubishi Electric Cup. But there was nothing second grade about his performance, making his international debut a truly remarkable one. So let's welcome to the BNC studio, Quincy Kammerad. Quincy, welcome to the Scorecard and thank you so much for the time.
No problem.
So how have you been? I'm sure it's been a crazy holiday season for you.
Yeah, it's been busy. Not much of a break. Enjoying about a week now before I return back to my club.
Okay, let's jump right into it. Of course, unfortunate what happened to Patrick Dato. You got the call up. You had that opportunity. Of course, this is a situation that every player dreams of. Obviously, not the best of scenarios, but once your number is called, you have no choice but to step up. What was the reaction initially from you when you were going to be the goalkeeper in that match against Indonesia?
Actually, on that point, not much was going on. I had to speak with George quick go to the notebook, and then it was like maybe 10 seconds, and then I had to jump in already. I think it really sank in the moment I stepped into the pitch, where everything was like, oh wow. This is your debut, something you've been wanting, and now it's here.
You've been representing the Philippines, starting with the youth team since 2017.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine that international debut would come at a moment like that? Like, how do you even prepare yourself for that kind of situation?
Actually, for me, I wasn't actually expected to play this tournament, for me. I thought if I train hard, be down to earth, help Pat wherever he needs, and when it's my time to show, it will be my time. It was really unexpected for me. If you think about it, 2 months, I got my first international call-up again after 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I was third keeper. Going into the Mitsubishi, I was second. I was like, if it comes, it comes, but no expectations actually.
All right, let's talk about what people are now calling the miracle in Manila. Of course, people have been following football. Yes. They know about the miracle in Hanoi, but that was more than 10 years ago. Miracle in Manila happens here.
Yes.
And you are right there, goalkeeper, 10,000 plus people cheering for our squad. Talk us through like the scenario and the emotions running through your mind during that match.
Obviously, it was amazing to have a full-packed Rizal. For a player that plays in the domestic league, you actually don't experience that. Having the crowd behind us, I think, helped us get the victory. Obviously, it's always nice to have the 12-man around the stadium, and I think that really boosted us to bring the win at home.
We're seeing some of the highlights here. For you, Quincy, what was the most memorable moment of the match for you?
The Thailand game?
Yeah, Thailand game, here in the Philippines.
Sandro's goal.
Sandro's goal. So what was going through your mind when that happened? Did you feel like, oh, we have a shot?
Actually, I thought, why you shoot?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and then did you guys talk about it after?
No, I told him actually before the game. I have a feeling you will score like you did against Brunei in the 2022 Mitsubishi Cup.
Yeah.
He scored actually the same type of goal, takes it under his right foot to his left foot.
So it just popped up on your mind like that?
Yeah, like I told him before the game that I have a feeling he will do it again. And he said if he does that, he will go crazy.
Wow,
and then he actually did.
That's insane that you thought of that.
Yeah.
So, is that something you shared with him after?
Yeah, I told him, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, we actually did speak about it at lunch."
Man, that's crazy. Okay, and then after the match, so before going to Thailand for the second leg, interviews, and then people were telling you, this is the first win of the Philippines against Thailand in 52 years. And you were telling me prior to this interview that you weren't aware.
I wasn't aware.
So now that it has sunk in, or has it sunk in, like, what do you think has the impact been of that win to the entire football squad? And I guess, you know, the Philippines as a nation.
I think the people are more aware now that what we're capable of as a nation. We do play with homegrown players like Sandro, Harvey, Uriel, even Doff that plays in UAP. And I think we Filipinos are amazing for football. We have this right body, right height. I think football belongs in the Philippines.
Yeah. All right. Now, from a more than 10,000 plus crowd, you go to Thailand, second leg, more than 30,000 watching that match. Of course, we did not get the result that we want, but there was a lot of controversy, a lot of bickering back and forth, chatter on social media. Your reaction to the whole thing, I guess we can say that at least people are talking about football, whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah, no, we've seen what Thailand has been posting, especially one of the players. I don't know if you saw it also. That we cried after the game in Manila, but we will cry again in Bangkok.
Posted that. I didn't see the post.
Yeah, no, it was the number 5 of Thailand.
Okay.
He posted that Philippines cried after the game from happiness, but they'll cry after this game because we make it to the finals now.
Wow.
And
you saw this before the second leg match?
Yeah, day before the game, this came out. So we had an extra fire to be like, okay, let's get it done in Bangkok and play the final in Manila. But no, it's always like this in football. People will talk, positive or negative. And for us as players, it's just being able to shut it down and focus on the game.
A lot of people have also been saying, though, that this might be arguably the most talented Philippine team that's ever competed internationally. Your thoughts on that kind of talk?
Yeah, this group is amazing. Not just talent-wise, but also the camaraderie we have outside of the pitch. There was not one day where we were like, we have to do 2 more weeks. It was always like, we win this game, we go to the final, bring the trophy home. We were all on the same page with that, day in, day out. And I think this group is just really special. One of my most memorable national team trips I ever had.
Yeah, and that's very important, that it's not just the talent, but also you guys like playing with each other and knowing what it's all about, what it means to represent the Philippines and the goal that you're trying to achieve. I remember fondly watching your post-match interview after the first leg. You said the job's not finished. And even though we lost in the second leg, in a way, the job is still not finished. There's a lot more work to be done with regards to Philippine football. So this 2025, what goals have you and the team set your sights on?
On the team side, we have the Asian Cup qualifiers coming up in March with Maldives away. I think for us with this year, it's just trying to put us in a good position to qualify for the Asian Cup in 2027. And then on a personal wise, it's winning the league with Taguig.
One Taguig, right?
Yes.
And then you're also going back to the Netherlands, is that right?
No, I was supposed to go for Christmas, but I had to cancel it.
Okay, why was that? Because of the competition?
Because of the semifinals, I had to cancel it.
Okay. So when are you going to come back there?
I'm not sure.
So it's all business here in the Philippines until then?
Yes.
All right. A lot of people also, I'm not sure if these questions have been asked, but What are your hobbies outside of, like, what do you focus on aside from football? I know you told me earlier that your life is pretty much centered on football. You've been playing since you were 4 years old. But what do you think your life would be like if you were doing something else aside from the sport?
Actually, don't know.
Really?
No, I breathe football.
You live, breathe, and bleed football.
Yes, you can ask my girlfriend that also.
She's right here.
She'll say the same thing.
Okay. What about your interests aside from like sports? Is there anything that you see yourself doing? I mean, 23 years old, still a lot of time to get into other stuff. Wala talaga.
Football it is.
Football ever since. All right. Maybe there are some young athletes watching right now. What is your advice to them as somebody who has played this sport since you were 4? What's your advice to them to reach the level that you're at?
Enjoy it. Just enjoy what you're doing day in, day out. And focus on what you have to improve on. But mainly just enjoy.
Okay. What is the New Year's resolution for Quincy Kammerad?
Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it good.
Man, you are a very straight to the point and simple guy. I feel like there's a lot of depth in you, but in terms of like the onset, you are who you are.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Quincy, and all the best this coming 2025.
Thank you.
When the scorecard returns, we will look into the upcoming NBA matchup so you can keep your eyes on the prize.
From the story of ancient beads traded into the Philippines to textiles adorned with sequins, from animist motifs to Christian symbols, all proudly proclaiming our sense of beauty to an admiring world. There is really much to be preserved. Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride.
From the filing of candidacies until the last ballot is counted, your newest trusted news source, BNC, the Billionario News Channel, will be at the forefront to guide your decisions and guard your vote. Tune in to BNC's Election 2025 special coverage. The questions.
Why sounds very serious, but
Seryoso,
watch
no?
it.
Di ba parang, crime, may away pamilya, etc.
The issues.
Who are supposed to be on the faces of our bank, of our money?
Bangko Sentral, no? There is a numismatic committee who meets and decides.
We clarify matters.
The 1,000 peso bill was changed from the 3 heroes of World War II to the Philippine Eagle.
Pinky Web is always on point. Every morning,
It's getting better.
let's start your day right with fun and laughter. Join Paulo Del Rosario.
Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
And Asis Carillo.
We are bringing happiness and cheer along with inspiration, good vibes, and great energy.
And Monique Tuzon.
Your mornings are more fun with us. Only here on
It's a Beautiful Day. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. We'll break down the upcoming matchups to deliver key insights that might just give you the edge you need to stay ahead of the game. Tomorrow, January 9 at 8 a.m. Philippine time, live at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio, the Oklahoma City Thunder will face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in a blockbuster clash of conference leaders. The Oklahoma City Thunder entered this game with an impressive 35 record, currently sitting at the top of the Western Conference. They're riding high after a 105-92 victory over the Boston Celtics, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way with 33 points and 11 rebounds. Jalen Williams also came up clutch, hitting crucial free throws to secure the win in the fourth quarter. OKC has won 15 straight games, setting a franchise record, and their defense shown against the Celtics. holding them to just 27 points in the second half. On the other hand, the Cleveland Cavaliers boast an equally outstanding 31-4 record, leading the Eastern Conference. They're fresh off a 115-105 win against the Charlotte Hornets, with Darius Garland scoring 25 points and Jarrett Allen posting a double-double with 19 points and 11 rebounds. Cleveland has won 10 straight matches, all by double digits, highlighting their dominance. The Cavaliers have been nearly unstoppable at home with an 18-1 record this season. The Cleveland Cavaliers come in as slight favorites with a minus 2.5 point spread. Their high-scoring offense, averaging 122.5 points per game combined with an impressive 50.4% shooting from the field, makes them a formidable opponent. The Thunder, however, have been excellent on the road, going 13-3 away from home and averaging 115.1 points per game. Their defense, allowing only 103 points per game, will be a key factor in this matchup. The over-under for this game is set at 226.5, indicating a highly competitive and up-tempo showdown between two of the NBA's hottest teams. It's a clash of the Titans. Will the Cavaliers extend their double-digit win streak at home? Or can Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder continue their road dominance to claim a statement victory? We'll see. And at 8:30 a.m. Philippine time, live at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, the Detroit Pistons will take on the Brooklyn Nets. The Detroit Pistons entered this matchup with an even record of 18-18, currently 7th in the Eastern Conference. They're riding high on a 4-game winning streak following a thrilling 118-115 comeback victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Cade Cunningham led the way with 32 points and 9 assists, while Tim Hardaway Jr. chipped in with 26 points. Jalen Duren also dominated the boards with 14 points and 12 rebounds. On the other hand, the Brooklyn Nets come into this game with a 13-23 record, currently sitting 12th in the Eastern Conference. They're looking to bounce back after a tough 113-99 loss to the Indiana Pacers. Daron Sharp stood out with 16 points and 13 rebounds, but Brooklyn struggled, shooting just 30.3% from beyond the arc. The Detroit Pistons enter as favorites with a minus 5.5 point spread. The Pistons' recent hot streak and resurgence have made them a tough opponent, while the Nets face challenges with inconsistencies in both scoring and defense. The over-under is set at 220.5, suggesting a balanced offensive battle, with the Pistons looking to continue their strong transition game and the Nets hoping to tighten up defensively. Will Cade Cunningham and the Pistons continue their impressive run, or can the Nets hold their ground and pull off a much-needed win at home? We'll see. And here are the rest of the odds for tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a former world #1 tennis player and was the highest paid female athlete for 11 years, Maria Sharapova once said, "In the end, it's the effort that matters. The rest is beyond your control." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Billionaire News Channel. My name is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.